this is like fun with other, running friends. So I'm like, I'm going to do it because I knew it would put me in a good mood.
You are my BRF.
What's happening, Eric?
There for your victory lap.
Yeah.
Oh!
How did that happen?
How did you do that?
And all of a sudden I go to zip it up and I'm like, why is the zipper in the front right now? 0 out of 10 on the recommendation scale.
I am literally crying from laughter and from so much love. Oh my God.
It's like I see off for your cornhole.
And he just smashed Arnie like that and said, you stay out of this, Arnie. And I thought,
But I don't run to stay sober. I get to run because I am.
And there she was, a halo over her head.
No, it's not very true. Okay. And he steps to the side and just gestures. Here's the tinkle pot. I don't need to tinkle.
What's up, everybody? And welcome to episode 156 of the On the Runs podcast. I literally just got off the airplane from the state of hockey, back home and right to the microphone to drop our first official Boston Weeks episode. I am excited, but before any of that, I have to say hello to my kick-ass rock star of a co-host, 6-star Erica. What's up?
Hey, buddy. Welcome home. New Hampshire's happy to have you back.
It was a quick trip, left early Monday, back today, Wednesday, and saw a hockey game in the state of hockey. Had to do that.
Is that the official state of hockey? I've never heard of that.
Minnesota's the state of hockey.
I mean, that's where the Mighty Ducks are, so I guess it's got to be true.
Well, which Mighty Ducks? The Disney movies or
the Disney movies
or the NHL team?
The Disney movies.
So, all right, pop quiz. Where do the Mighty Ducks play in the NHL?
Anaheim.
That's right. Wow, look at you go.
I do know my ducks, okay? I know my birds, I know my penguins, and I know my ducks.
You know what? You got your ducks in order, that's for sure.
I do.
You know who doesn't have their ducks in order?
Do tell.
The recrap.
Because, oh, no.
Why are we doing Boston Weeks in March a week early? It's because the recrap had to do their recording next week and drop it next week. And they're going to say, hey, it's not our fault. It's their guest's fault for a scheduling issue. I'm just going to say they're 3 tracks or 3, what do they call them? Third sample in, and they're already having scheduling. They're like, oh, we're a big deal. We need to move the schedule around. And so we're dropping a Boston Weeks episode a full week early. This is going to be part 1 of the Fundraiser Series where we talk to, God, I think this one has 7 people. Well, 7 or 8 because one of them's a double. We had 2 at the same time. But we're finally dropping these Boston Series episodes.
I mean, I can't think of a better way to kick off Boston Weeks. Honestly, this is going to be so awesome. You guys are going to hear from some amazing people who are running for amazing charities. And if you guys hear something you like, feel free to donate. Throw some money their way. Help them out because, Boston, it's quite a commitment to fundraise. So help them out.
Yeah, so these are quick 20-minute hits with each person talking about what they're doing, plans for Boston, fundraising plans. In the show notes, you'll find all the links. But enjoy this. It's just going to be a quick bing, bada, boom, let's go. And we'll be back for a quick outro, and then we'll get excited for Boston Weeks, which really starts next week. Our next 2 guests on the pod are running in the Boston Marathon for the Boston Medical Center team, and we're wicked excited to have Rob and Karoline both on to tell us all about it. What's up, guys?
Hey there. Thanks for having us.
We are super excited to have you both here, and we're so excited to learn about the Boston Medical Center fundraising team. So let's jump into it, shall we? Let's learn a little bit more about the 2 of you. Who are you? And tell us how you got on the team.
Yeah, we'll get to Rob in a second, but I feel like we know him because he's been in the room for a bit. But Karoline, you just jumped in the room. We just hit record. Let's get the quick bio. Who are you? Where are you from? You sound awesome, though. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I'm Karoline. I just moved back to Boston. So I'm from the North Shore originally, but spent the last 5 years or so in New York. So I've run the New York City Marathon a few times while I was living there. And so this is kind of like a homecoming for me, moving back to Boston and running the Boston Marathon. So very excited. I'm on that 6-star journey. Erica, I know you've done all 6. So
It's
running
9
in
now,
those
Caroline. It's
footsteps.
9. You could be
I
9-star
know.
Caroline.
We're 6 plus 3. They're divvying it up, so no worries.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all 9.
Let me ask you this. What's the North Shore? Like, we're from Southern New Hampshire. I know very well what the North Shore is, but some people are like just north of Boston, or you could go even as far as Newburyport and Salisbury. Like, they say that's the North Shore.
Yeah, so I'm from Beverly, so right next to Salem, Mass.
You're a Beverly girl. Okay.
Beverly girl,
I
yeah.
know about those Beverly girls. My dad's from Gloucester. He's a Gloucesterman, as we like to say. So I
Okay.
spent quite a bit of time in the North Shore. We take the boat to Newburyport. We go to
Mhm.
Crane Beach, to Gloucester. We do it all. I don't think we hang out in Beverly much, but
Yeah, Beverly is nice, but I do have some cousins in Gloucester, so I know the area well.
they're probably crazy and nuts, just like my dad, I bet. Rob, how
Yeah.
are you, man? We just got to know you a little bit, but tell us a little bit more. Tell the listeners who you are. You're a teacher, you're a coach, you do it all. This is kind of like you're just getting into this running thing and you might be hooked now.
Yeah, so like you said, like I'm a teacher in Worcester. I'm also a football coach at a college around here, and then I'm a group fitness instructor as well. So do a little bit of everything, and then like you kind of hinted at, like this is my like 2.5 year of really running. This will be my second Boston Marathon, but I kind of really just got into this whole running world like last year. So I'm still learning. I'm still a rookie in the game.
How are you liking the marathon so far? I know you're just getting into it, but this being your second Boston, it's gotta be doing something for you.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much that I'm also doing London the same week.
What?
So,
I found another crazy person. Yay, welcome to my
Back
side.
to back.
I
Yeah,
love to see it.
yeah. So it's definitely, I don't know. I have fun with it. I've been like really fortunate to be part of like Team BMC for the past 2 years and meet some great people. Like the team that I'm part of and the people that are on that team are just like amazing people. So I think that's been a huge reason on why like I've been having such a good time.
So how did the two of you guys actually meet? Was it through the BMC, or did you guys just happen upon each other and said, "Hey, we're actually running for the same charity"? Why don't you let us know how you guys got connected?
Yeah, it was through through Team BMC, we have a coach Fury, and actually a bunch of the Boston charities share the same coach. So on Saturday mornings we have our long runs with him, and there's like a ton of charities there, so there's like a ton of people. But I somehow luckily stumbled into like the BMC like group when I showed up.
Very nice.
So yeah, we just started running together, and then we ended up pacing together, and just I don't know, became friends.
We got
Excellent.
so lucky too because you both signed up back to back, and I was like, I wonder if they know each other. And when I reached out to you, you were like, yeah, we just met this year, but we actually run together a lot. And you're like, this is perfect. I'm like, awesome. This is great. Rob, tell us a little bit about BMC then. How did you find them? And tell us a little bit of what they do and what you're fundraising for.
Yeah, so I found them, I think, probably through the same way everyone kind of like goes into the charity way, right? Where there's a bunch of online, you just send that application out to, what kind of strikes a nerve with you or strikes, your heart. So when I reached out to BMC and I met with Lorraine, who is been kind of like the fundraiser coordinator, our interview just meant a lot to me, and so like that was a big reason for why I ended up going with them. So shout out to her because it felt more of like we were less of just like a number and more of an actual team. And I think that started off like on such a high note for me. What BMC does is some amazing work, making sure that, everyone has the, ability for affordable healthcare. And I think another great thing I love about Team BMC is the people that are also on the team work in the hospital. And so you get to hear, where that fundraising that you're doing is going towards. And it just makes you feel a little bit better about like all the work that you have to put in, knowing that it's actually going to patients.
So it sounds like you shopped around a little bit. You knew you wanted to run Boston the first time, and you're like, let me find some charities, find something that's really really close to me or something I can relate to or have a passion about. And so when you have to do that, go out and fundraise, you have to be able to speak well about that charity and make it seem like it's actually impactful to you, not just, hey, I want to run the Boston Marathon, help me fundraise some money for this thing. You found something out there that meant something to you.
Yeah. Like I said, I applied to a bunch, that kind of felt like it hit home a little bit for me. It's a little bit of a crazy story and maybe a little bit far-fetched, but I've run for my friend who ended up passing away, but she was a hippie. She was all like into, the tarot cards and Reiki. So I got into it a little bit. And when I was picked for 3 teams, I had to decide between those 3. I actually went to like my massage therapist, physical therapist, and we read my cards. And I was just like, who do I go with? And it pretty much just said, go with like what feels right. And BMC felt right. And, and I think the idea of like, again, like having affordable healthcare for everybody, and, no one's more important than anybody else in this world. Like, I think is a big thing that BMC does, and, hits home for me as well.
I love that you have like a spiritual connection to it, and it's totally a relevant cause for these days. I mean, healthcare is not what it should be in this country. So any little step forward we can take, I really appreciate the work that you're putting in for fundraising. So Karoline, how did you come across the BMC fundraising team?
So my story is a little different because when I moved to Boston, I started working a new job. Started working at Wayfair, actually, and one of my colleagues is connected to BMC, and so he kind of spread the word that applications were opening. And so there's actually like 11 of us from Wayfair running with BMC this year. So it's been kind of nice because I started the new job, started with this new team, and it's been really great to just like meet people, and the way they've organized it is just really, really nice and like community based. So it's been an awesome experience so far, but I found it through work. So a little bit different than Rob.
Now, I'm going to assume here, but I might be wrong, but you're running with 11 people from work. So I'm assuming the 11 of you are like working together to fundraise. Maybe you're doing fundraising events. Maybe you're all just saying, screw each other. I'm going to fundraise for myself. What are you doing to fundraise, Karoline? Are you working with your team from Wayfair? Or are you doing things on your own? Are you having events? Are you doing like a karaoke night or something fun?
Well, so I have a few things that I'm doing on my own, but the team at Wayfair, we did like Super Bowl squares where we all pulled it together, just because we're like all spread out through different teams. So it worked out. And then we just had a bake sale, which was awesome. It was like everybody chipped in and everybody was really excited to support. So I think we're going to do that again. And just do a couple more events in office. But then I'm doing a fundraising event for St. Patty's Day at Stats in Southie.
Love it.
So that's like the Saturday of St. Patty's Day weekend. So that'll be fun. And then I'll do one up in Beverly at Old Planters, just as like, I think I'm going to do it at the beginning of April. So just like 3 weeks left, final stretch.
Crunch time.
Hometown fundraiser. Yeah.
Excellent.
Erica, tell her about your 50-50 raffle thing in the office.
Oh, yeah. So I work in a very small office, but my boyfriend, he has probably 200 plus people in his office, and they love to do a little bit of gambling. So I had gone to Staples and bought a roll of those tickets, just like the carnival tickets. And he would go around just saying like, hey, my girlfriend's raising money for, when I ran Boston, I did Team Eye and Ear for Mass Eye and Ear. And so he'd be like, hey, anybody want to do a 50-50 raffle? So he did that a few times a year. So that's also something you might want to consider doing.
Karoline, the 11 of you in the office should do this.
You guys could rake it in.
Yeah, we do have some raffles or potential raffles coming up too. But the bake sale was honestly like really successful. So
That's
we're like,
this is no work, Karoline. You could just like say, hey, you want to buy a 50-50? We're going to do it every week. You buy them all week. We pull it on Friday. Do it again next week. That could be some big time winnings.
That's awesome. I love that.
I love
totally
the bake
worth
sale
it, inexpensive too. Yep.
Totally.
Rob, what are you doing to fundraise? What have you already done? What do you got planned?
Yeah, so we've done a couple of things so far. I'm trying to do a lot more events this year. I've done trivia night. I did this thing at this place called Schoolyard, which is kind of like this oversized adult playground where you have like cornhole and Connect Four and kickball, all that fun stuff. And then my girlfriend, who's also with Team BMC, she's running the marathon this year. She had a fundraiser at Little Words Project, which like you make these like bracelets. I got my own little bracelet.
Cool.
Yeah, and they gave a portion of their profits to that as well. So just doing more events this year, and it's been a fun time.
I love seeing that you guys each have your own little support system within Team BMC. So you have your work friends, Karoline, and you have your girlfriend, Rob. So it just is super cool that this big team has all these little support systems for you.
Now, I don't think we mentioned it, but you guys had to like declare an amount you're going to fundraise. What are you going for?
So my goal this year is to hit 10,000.
Yeah, mine's the same.
So
How
really,
close are
you
you
got
guys
20
getting?
grand to make, Rob, with you and your girlfriend. Is she like, give me all the money first and worry about you later, or are you guys working together equally splitting it here?
Yeah, we're a team effort. She's on the team by volunteer. She was able to get her spot with in the marathon through a different avenue, so she didn't have to raise money.
All right, awesome.
So
what a relief! I would be so scared. A big reason we do this is because fundraising to me is really scary, and I hate asking for people to donate money. But my thought is maybe one day, like if I have to do this, I want to help pump the tires of everybody else, and maybe karma will come my way. So I want to like pump everyone's tires here and help them out and get awareness. And we eventually started getting asked like donate here, donate there. And Erica and I went broke. We're like, why don't we just have everyone on and try to like feed the funds in that way? So this is totally awesome. You guys are gonna crush that 10 grand each. Let's talk about the Boston Marathon. How about you, Rob? You already ran, so what are your goals this year? Is this a victory lap for you, or are you going for like a PR and a time?
Honestly, I'm just going for the vibes. I think, last year, I was so caught up in the moment. Like my first 3 miles were like 7-minute pace, and that's not who I am at all. So like halfway through my calves were cramping up. Like it was terrible, but I ended with, again, like kind of the spiritual side of it. I ended with like 4:44 was my marathon time. So it was like kind of cool for that, like angel numbers right there. So really, whatever my time is, I'd like to do a little bit better, but I'm just really going to have a fun time, because then again, I have another marathon the same week. So
that's right. You're going to be a maniac, actually. You qualify to be a marathon maniac after that. Are you aware of the maniacs?
I did not. I was not.
Just look them up. You will fit right in.
Sounds like an elite club I'd love to be in.
What is the requirements, Erica? You have to do 2 marathons in a week, or like 3 marathons in a month?
I think it's 2 within 9 days. So you have like the entire weekend. You could do one on like a Friday or whatever it is. And just as long as you get one in the next weekend, you're good. So it's either that or 3 in 90 days, I think. So it's not an elitist group. They want all the members. So, but your feet will definitely count you in.
Wait.
How about you, Karoline? What's the goal here? Is Boston, I love to call it a victory lap. Like you work so hard, whether it's fundraising or qualifying. Is Boston a victory lap, or are you a competitive runner? Are you going for like the sub 3 hour Olympic trials time here?
No, definitely nothing like that. I'm competitive with myself, so I definitely am shooting for a PR, which my PR is 4:14. So I am shooting for sub 4. If I get that, I probably won't, but I'm going to shoot for it, and then I can keep shooting for it for future marathons. But I'm trying to manifest a sub 4. But yeah, it's really like a hometown and homecoming marathon for me. So it's the first one where like all my family will be there, all my home friends, all my like after college, like adult friends, everyone's coming out. Like all my girlfriends from New York are coming. So do they have a plan where they're going to be? No, my family is like just assign me a spot. So that's the plan for them.
I have a spot for them. Erica, mile 19. They can hang out with us. We have a party there.
Party zone.
There you go. My New York friends, they actually all flew out when I ran Berlin. And so all like 8 of them came out, and they saw me in 4 spots in Berlin. So we have to see if they can beat that in Boston. But
Okay, that's quite the challenge. So you've done Berlin, New York, and now is this your first Boston, correct?
This is my first Boston.
So are you halfway to 6 now, or have you done the others too?
I've done Chicago.
Okay.
But I haven't done London or Tokyo. Those are next up.
We're going to have to ask you this big question after the race because it's a debate. Like,
Okay.
I'm a Boston guy. I love Boston. Erica's from here. She should be a Boston girl, but she prefers the Chicago Marathon. So after the Boston Marathon, we'll have to hear back from you, and you tell us Chicago or Boston, because we both know. Well, I don't know. I might change my tone next year after I run New York this year. I'll have to get your advice on New York too. So
Yeah, New York is awesome. Chicago's just nice because it's flat.
that makes sense why Erica loves it. She's scared of hills.
I'm not scared of hills, but I have my reasons. I was telling Rob before we started that I ran Boston in 2018, so that was the crappiest year. I probably could have run it. So Chicago just has been wonderful. I've run it 3 times. I'm going back for my 4th time, and it's just, I love everything about it. Flat is definitely a perk. Let me just say.
Yeah,
But hey,
Chicago's flat, and I had perfect weather there, so I was like,
there
I was
you
very
go.
happy with Chicago. New York, I've had a couple good ones and a really bad one. The year it was really hot. So.
Oh no. Yep.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed for you guys. I'm going to knock on all the wood, knock on my microphone that
gonna
you guys
be epic.
get a good weather day. And I'm talking good, not an epic weather day.
Epic.
A very nice day.
Guys, it's
about
going to
time.
be epic, either epically awesome or epically bad, one or the other. Just be
I vote
prepared.
for
That's
good.
why you're running. You know what? This is one of the hardest marathons to train for because you're in the thick of it right now. It's February when we're talking. It snowed like 7 feet in the last 4 days. The wind is insane. Are you doing all your training outside, or are you an indoor treadmill runner? What are you doing for training right now?
I run outside. I avoid the treadmill at all costs.
I applaud you because I am the complete opposite. I'll get out for my long run and that's it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. The only time I'm on a treadmill is when I go to Barry's, which is what I consider my cross training.
How about you, Rob?
So I've incorporated a little bit of everything this year. I don't know. I'm probably just too soft. I guess it's been too cold for me to go outside. So
I feel
I'll kind of my like Monday, Wednesday runs. I'll split up with half of it on the treadmill and half of it on a bike, and then I keep my long runs outside. But yeah, no, it's an ice skate, like it's an ice rink out there right now. So I don't even think I could if I wanted to.
Isn't it bad?
Yeah.
It really tests us. This winter has been something else.
It's brutal. That's why I'm looking forward to marathon training for New York in the summertime. I'm looking
Much
forward
better.
to it. Rob, will you have family or friends out there on the course? Will you run with your girlfriend the entire time? What's your game plan here?
So I'll have some family and friends on the course. My game plan will be similar to last year. If I see my friends, like I'm definitely going to go over and say hi and, cheer with them. It's a great time. My girlfriend and I will not be running at the same pace. So, we'll give ourselves a little high five at the beginning and then go on our way. And then, it'll be good. Like that's all I'm really there for though, is just a good time. Like last year, Heartbreak Hill, there was someone giving out donuts and like had to grab one of those.
Yes, Team Donut.
Exactly. My classroom is like it's donut themed, so it's like do not stress, just do your best. So
I knew I liked you, Rob.
Wouldn't get along with Ali G though. Rob, what do you teach, by the way?
So I teach ELA at a special alternative school in Worcester.
ELA. Help me out
so
there.
Like English language arts.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. Very cool. Yeah. Awesome. And then, Rob, where can everyone find your fundraising efforts? If someone just wants to go in there and fundraise, where can they find your fundraising efforts? Or do you have any events planned coming up?
Yeah, so my next event will take place in Worcester. I'm having an event at Vintage Bar and Grill on Shrewsbury Street. That'll be at the end of March. And then really like the main, like you can find me on Instagram. My main one is the coach_Orel, or I do have the one and only _Rob. But really, like I think the main thing, as most people I feel like are around this time looking for, is like those companies that match donations. I work at a school, so they don't do that. So that's like been the toughest part of like my fundraising, is trying to find like some company that will match donations at this point.
Mm. How much more do you have to go, Rob?
I have about 5,000 left.
Halfway there.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, it's all downhill from this point.
That's
How
what
about
they
you,
say.
Karoline? What are you doing? What do you got planned? What's coming up? And yeah, how close are you?
Yeah, I am at about 3,700 at the moment. So got almost
Still a good
halfway
chunk.
there.
Still a good
almost
chunk.
halfway, yeah. So I have a St. Patty's Day fundraiser at Stats in Southie on March 15th. And then I'm doing a fundraiser on April 4th at Old Planters Brewery in Beverly. But yeah, mostly I just post on my social. So on my Instagram, I'm at Karoline Etter. And I have the link in my bio, and I post like every day I run pretty much. So just
And for
counting the
everyone
days.
listening right now, those links will be in the show notes for Rob and for Karoline and for everyone doing the Boston Marathon who is on the part of this little mini series you're doing. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. You two are going to rock it. Team BMC. That's so cool. Thanks for doing this together, by the way. I love that you two found each other and you run together as well. So that even made it more perfect. Any last thing for you, Erica, for Rob and Karoline? Send them off with good luck and good vibes and amazing Boston Marathon
good luck,
weather.
good vibes. Keep going out, joining John Fury, because he is awesome. I got to run with him when I was doing my charity stuff. Keep doing it as a team. It's always so much better when you're out there on a long run, not by yourself. The motivation is out there, and it's so much better. And I just wish you guys the best of luck with your fundraising. Hopefully this can drum up a lot of awareness for you guys and just help you reach your goals, because you're getting there. You guys are doing a great job, and we're so proud of you. And look out for us at mile 19. If you guys just want to wave or something, but we'll take high fives too. It's up to
Erica
you.
brings a cooler. If you want something, shoot her a DM. She'll get you
Send
a
it my
Coke,
way.
a beer, a donut. She'll have it all at mile 19.
I can't
We're about
guarantee donuts will be there for very long, because I do enjoy them.
Yeah, you got to run fast, Rob, if you want a donut.
Deal.
We're looking
But
to
yeah,
support
guys,
you guys
good
out
luck.
there.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to see you there. Please say hi at mile 19, about 100 yards to your left after the aid station.
Right
And
by
then,
the Johnny Kelly statue.
yeah, we'll give you that power to get up Heartbreak Hill. It'll be awesome, guys. You're going to do it. You're going to crush it. Good luck on your goals, your fundraising. Everyone, I really hope you enjoyed Rob and Karoline running for the Boston Medical Center team in the 2025 Boston Marathon. You guys are going to do wicked awesome.
Thank
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Our next guest on the pod is running for the Bill Belichick Foundation. He's going to do his job in this year's Boston Marathon. We are wicked excited to talk to George Vasvatekis. I hope I got that right, George. How are you? Erica, say no, but let's go. How are you, George? I'm so excited to have you on the pod.
Pumped to be here. Thanks for having me on the pod, Eric and Erica.
It's our pleasure. We are so excited to get to talk to these runners who are doing the Boston Marathon. I'm only a little bit jealous. Okay, a lot jealous, but we think you guys are doing some awesome work raising money for these incredible charities. So let's jump right in. Let's learn a little bit about you. Who are you? Where are you from? And tell us how you got to get on the charity team for the Bill Belichick Foundation.
Sure. My name's George Vasvatekis, and I am now a full-time year-round resident of the island of Nantucket. So I'm running 26 miles out to sea. I've been out on the island back and forth for about 12 plus years, but full-time for close to 2 years. So that's where I'm logging most of my training runs these days.
How's the weather out there at this time? I mean, it can't be great.
It can get a little cold out there, and thankfully we've got a great running group and community, the Monument Run group out here on Nantucket. They plan some great routes weekly, and we try to dodge the wind when we can, but it's never a guarantee out there.
How big is the island? Like, if you're doing a long run, are you covering the same tracks quite a bit? Or are you able to, do a big loop, long run, and not like constantly feel like you're just going in circles?
No, there's definitely some variety out there. We can mix it up on some long bike path routes, conservation trails. So we keep it interesting. But no, it would be a little, if we're just running loops around it, you might go a little crazy. But we've got some good long runs out there.
That's awesome that you mentioned that you're running out there with what did you say, the Monument Run Club?
Yep, Monument Run Group.
Very cool. Tell us a little bit about them.
So I joined up. So if you asked me if I was going to be on a running podcast 2 years ago, I'd say you're crazy. So this
Welcome.
this year's Boston is going to mark my 2-year running anniversary.
Okay.
So I was reflecting on it last year. I ran for the Belichick Foundation, first Boston, and it was literally 365 days after my first run. And I was just going through the calendar, going through my notes, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that I went from day one. I just went out for a kind of a jog on the Cape. I ran like 3+ miles, and I was absolutely gassed. And then 365 days later, taken to the starting line of the Boston Marathon. It's been a whirlwind for sure, but it's really, changed my life.
What was it that got you out the door for that first 3-mile run?
So I was on a bit of a health and wellness kick and a journey. I had lost a significant amount of weight, lost about 85 pounds, and it was all diet oriented. I wouldn't suggest this diet for anyone. It was about 400 calories a day, absolute insanity. And, I reached the goal, but I said, you know what, I want to start living life again. And I want to eat and, not be this maniacal calorie counting guy eating cans of tuna every day. So I said, let me pick up an activity. Let's, running seems like, doable, given my skills or lack thereof. So grab some old Adidas shoes that I had from my college days at Bryant, these ugly blue shoes, threw them on and went out for that 3-mile run on the Cape. And I said, that was tough, but, let's do it again. And did that for all April and May. Then got back to Nantucket and joined up with the Monument Run group sometime like around June. And the rest is kind of history. Became instantly hooked.
How was their reception then? You came back to Nantucket. You found this run group. You've only been running for 2 months. Like I remember having this intimidation feeling when I started cycling a lot, and there were cycling groups. I'm like, I don't know if I fit in yet. Like I want to get a year under my belt and get quicker and learn the etiquette. How was their reception to you being a newbie runner coming back to the Vineyard and joining their run group?
Yeah, well, definitely big time intimidation. And I heard about the group actually a year prior. So, had I had the courage to just show up, I could have started running when I started dieting, but I was just too, I joined the Facebook group. So there's a guy on Nantucket. He said, there's this group. We run Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. We're the Monument group. Follow us on Facebook. So I joined the Facebook group, but I just watched for a year. And I kept seeing him post the runs, and I'm like, all these people look so serious. Like I can't hang with them. So it took me literally just a year. And then I said, you know what? I got to do it. So another buddy of mine said, Sunday is the long run day. Meet us at 7. Just be there. Just show up. And I did. And, super welcoming community. And, I'll never forget that first run. It was 10 miles, so it was a long kind of Sunday morning, but, just toughed it out with the group, all smiles, friendly faces. Took forever to learn everyone's names, but, just kept coming back, week after week.
So your running journey, you went from 0 to 60. You went from 1 year running the Boston Marathon. I believe you mentioned that you ran the first one for the Bill Belichick Foundation as well, correct? That's
correct. Yeah, definitely went full send on the running career.
So what made you want to go back for a second marathon? Is this only your second marathon, or have you done anything else in between? And what made you choose to come back for the Bill Belichick Foundation?
Well, and actually what I want to know is what made you think, like, I want to do the Boston Marathon the first time, and then how do you find Bill Belichick as well?
Yeah, so great question. So this will be my second Boston and second marathon ever, both with the Bill Belichick Foundation. I think last year I signed up for the Nantucket Half Marathon, so that was in October, and I was starting to train a little bit for that, kind of little bit of a plan, focused training. And then the idea of the marathon started to creep into my head. I'm hearing other people are training for it, other people are qualifying. And I knew I was like getting way ahead of myself, but I always like, a challenge and a crazy story. So I started thinking about the marathon, and Coach Belichick is a longtime summer resident on Nantucket and in my neighborhood out on the east end of the island in Sconset. He's been, great to the community out there. And I looked up with his foundation and realized that he had a marathon team. I thought I had heard about it years before, but, again, running wasn't really on my radar. Mm-hmm. So kind of pulled up the Bill Belichick Foundation page, saw they were taking applications. And I thought, you know what, this makes sense. Coach Belichick's got the connections to Nantucket. That's, my new community. It just seemed really, really fitting. So I put in an application and was fortunate to be, selected out of the 8-10 people we had running last year.
Very cool. Oh, you guys have a relatively small team, but that must mean it's kind of more like a family. Do you get to know your fellow teammates?
So we social media, everyone was able to connect through Instagram. Being on the island, I didn't make it back to Boston for too many of the weekend runs, but everyone kind of had a great, rapport, messaging and supporting each other while we're training and donating to each other's pages. And we had a couple of nice meetups along the way.
That's awesome.
Being on the island, I want to go slightly off track and then jump back onto Bill Belichick Foundation here. But don't you need to reserve well in advance a ferry ride to get across with your car? Or being on the island, do you have a reserved or a special spot if you ever have to get off the island and you need a car, you're just able to go?
The logistics can be tough for sure. So if, the ferry, especially in the summer months, it books up. So, if you don't have a vehicle on each side, there can be challenges for sure.
That's got to be, that's got to be a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. It's all about logistics.
God, I was even just thinking that being off season right now, if you need to go towards the mainland, how difficult is that for you to book a ferry? Do they even have them running as often?
Availability is not so much an issue, but actually the weather is. So this past weekend, I went out to the Vineyard, the other island, and I participated in the 20-miler, their Winter Classic. So I ran that on Saturday with my girlfriend, and that's my second year running the 20-miler. Very well organized race, and fits in really nicely in February. If you're ramping up for Boston. So I was out there this past weekend, but the weather, the wind was just crazy. So all the ferries back to Nantucket have been canceled yesterday and today.
Oh, no.
So I'm coming to you live from the Cape.
Oh, right. So you're stuck right now. You're on the mainland, which was really funny to hear you call it the mainland, Erica.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Bill Belichick Foundation. We know how you found them and how you have that small connection because of the island. But tell us about the Bill Belichick Foundation, the money you're raising, what's it for, where's it going to? What's the pitch you tell someone hey, help me out here. The Bill Belichick Foundation does X, Y, and Z.
Sure. Well, as we all know, Coach Belichick is a legend in the football community. He's been coaching for nearly 50 years continuously. And he's always had a strong presence in any community, any city that he's been in. So the foundation really is a reflection of the Belichick family values. And the foundation looks to support coaching and mentorship and financial support for the athletic leaders of tomorrow in a way that kind of emulates the Belichick passion and values in athletics.
That's
cool. Awesome.
So what kind of goal do you have for fundraising for this marathon?
So I am back at it and pushing for 10,000 this year. And
how close are you?
So had a little bit of a slow start because I didn't think that I was going to jump back in for marathon number 2 so quickly.
Understandable.
I did grind out through a gnarly tendon injury last year. Kind of got eaten up and spit out by the marathon. So I thought I'd take a little more time to regroup. But got another invitation from Coach Belichick to participate this year, and you can't say no to that.
Yeah, you can't say no to him.
No, can't say no. And so here we are. Got a late start. I'm I think about 3,000 in. Launched a small, fundraising video on social media a couple weeks ago, and I've got a strong network and great supporters in my corner. So we'll keep chipping away and heading towards that $10,000 goal.
What are some of the things you're doing to fundraise? Do you have events? Do you just do it all on social media? Do you do anything on the island with the running group you're a part of?
Yeah, well, thankfully, the running group is definitely the strong support. We've got a great newsletter, so our organizers are always pushing, fundraising pages, whether it be mine or other people in the community. Mostly social media, pushing through Instagram and Facebook, my professional network on LinkedIn too. But I'm just showing up to races as well and meeting with people and networking. So like the Martha's Vineyard 20 miler. Doing some posts about that, networking, just sharing my story that way. And then, some other races along the way, New Bedford Half Marathon coming up in March and things like that.
Excellent. I think that social media is such a powerful tool these days for trying to get your message out there, for trying to do good with charity work. So where can people find you on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, whatever you use?
Yeah, Instagram, definitely a big spot. And thankfully, I hope it's spelled out on the screen, but just G Vasvatekis on Instagram.
I was close.
I mean, a little.
Is where you can find me. My fundraising page is through Give and Gain. So you can find me there as well. And then on Facebook.
Wonderful. We'll have those in the show notes too for everyone who's listening. I feel like you're going to get it. What I really want to know is, now that you're running your second Boston Marathon, you are doing something that I like to say. You're starting a tradition. Will you go for number 3 next year? And how far do you see this running craze going? Are you going to go for the other big major marathons? Are you going to keep running locally? Are you going to stay in the group? What are your running goals beyond Boston? Do you have any?
Yeah, so I'm all in. That's for sure. I'd love to go back to Boston for 3 in a row. Definitely just focused on this one for now. Want to improve on last year's performance, but I'm trying to do any and all running I can. Every month is a jam-packed calendar with whatever 5K I can jump in on, 10K, half marathon. Even when I'm traveling now, I'm looking to see locally. I was out in California for Thanksgiving, and my girlfriend and I jumped in on the local turkey trot. Ended up being a 10K. The 5K was sold out, so we did the 10K. But I'm just going to keep pushing, and I'm really taking it all in. It's still all so new to me. I'm not even 24 months in.
I thought you were going to say 24 years old. I was like, oh my God, you're a baby.
No, just about to turn 36. And, the 30 to 39 age bracket, it's so competitive. There's such a difference between, I'm in the middle there. So 30 to 39. And, I'm trying to, elevate my performance. And I'm just like, the 30-year-olds just got just a little bit of that genetic advantage. So these are the things that I'm trying to learn and make improvements, but I'm definitely hooked.
I'm also thankful that the charity option is available for Boston, because I don't know about the men for that age bracket, but that's my age bracket as well. And I have not hit those qualifying times for Boston yet. So it's just very difficult, but I love that they give options. So you're doing good and you get to run your dream race.
Yeah, it's great. It's great because there's a lot of people in this community who love to run, but they're not Speedy Gonzalez, they're not killing
maybe
those
someday, but
big Boston qualifying times and then even making the 5 minute and 40 49-second buffer, so that's this option for us. We're doing Erica's fundraised for the Boston Marathon. I'm fundraising currently for the New York City Marathon, as we just talked about last week. And it's hard. And so we're trying to do everything we can to help everyone pump their tires for their fundraising efforts, because it can be stressful. 10 grand is stressful. I only have to raise 3,500. Like you would be there if that was your goal, but you got your 37% in or whatever it is right now. And you got, I'm fairly confident if you just got that quickly, you're going to crush it again, man. And you're going to enjoy Boston, as I like to call major marathons. You do all that effort and training this winter. It's a victory lap, and enjoy it, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the platform to share the foundation, share my story.
It's our pleasure, and we're totally going to be looking out for you on the course. And as Eric has offered to, well, I'm willing to offer to anybody. If you need anything at mile 19 on the course, you let me know, and we'll have like a soda, some candy, some cheers, anything you want.
Yeah, what is something you like to drink or eat on the course for fuel?
Yeah, and again, I am learning everything, and it's all new to me. I'm definitely tinkering with fueling. My first year I was not doing anything, which, I learned, the hard way. But now, I'm trying to integrate, I don't have any crazy snacks or things. I'm like with a stinger waffle along the way and some goo gels, but I'm trying to figure out what'll kind of keep me dialed in to notch that performance up. But
we talked to Rob earlier. I think we're all on board for Team Donuts. So maybe we.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I keep hearing donuts, and that's not a bad.
You just gotta get a thing of Munchkins, because then it's not gonna totally sugar you out. You're not gonna have a belly full of something that you're gonna want to get rid of later.
Yeah.
Like a little donut hole should be fine for you. A Munchkin.
I think that's great. Rob, we'll be at mile 19. I really hope you come and say hi to us, give us a high five or a shout out or something. You don't need to stop, but we'll be tracking you and everyone here who's a part of Boston Weeks. I also have a feeling as Rob's continuing, as George is continuing to progress here and he's working his way up. He's only been doing this for 2 years. The anniversary is coming up on the marathon day. I see an ultra marathon in George's future. I don't know why. I just see it. And there you get to eat all the food, man. They have so much food and snacks. I just see this.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. I was in DC last weekend for a conference, and I substituted my long run for a 100-mile bike ride in the snow. So I'm toying with it a little bit.
Well, whenever you want to come over to the Team Ultra side, you're more than welcome. We love to see it.
Okay.
Well, that was awesome, George. Good luck with the rest of your training, with the rest of your fundraising out there on the island. Like, that's brutal. I love that you got the group out there. They seem so awesome. And you guys get together on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. The weather out there, man, kudos to you and everyone else who's running and training outdoors right now, because I'm not. I'm soft. You guys are hard.
I have a treadmill.
So that was awesome, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. George Vasvatekis on the On the Runs podcast. Thanks so much, man.
All right. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Our next guest on the pod is coming to us from Hartford, Connecticut. Maybe it's New England, maybe it's not. We can determine that later. But we're wicked excited to have Michael Vaughan on the On the Runs podcast. Michael is running in the 2025 Boston Marathon for the New York Roadrunners Team for Kids. What's up, Michael?
Hey, how you doing, Eric? How you doing, Erica? It's good to see you again. It's been a bit.
Yes, it has.
You two have met?
I was going to bring that up in my little, hey, nice to see you again.
I'm wearing her race shirt. Yeah.
Yep. Michael came down. He came all the way from Connecticut to run the only race that I directed. And he left me a very nice review on WeView. So thank you for that, Michael.
You're the WeView guy. That's you.
Yep, Michael's awesome. He's you are very, very involved in that. I do it maybe once or twice a year because I just don't think about it. But you are churning out those reviews. They're super useful.
This is so exciting. I didn't know this.
Surprise.
I'm so pumped. You're the guy. I know your story, Michael. She told me how you came and you talked to her after the race because I was on the bridge taking photos or doing other things, picking up cones and all that. You're that guy. This is so cool. I'm so excited. This is generally like super cool. I'm super excited.
That's good because being a New York-ish guy, I'm kind of, a little nervous because some of the audience is very anti-New York, but
I think we're leaning towards New York this year because Eric's going to be running that marathon, and yeah, we're pretty much Team New York. So, but this is all about Team Boston. So, Michael, I know a little bit about you, but why don't you tell our listeners? I mean, you already did mention where you're from, but tell us about you. Tell us why you chose New York Roadrunners Team for Kids as your Boston Marathon charity.
Sure. Trying to keep the story as short as possible. If you followed me on Instagram, I've got a weird Instagram name, CT0292. We're like, what the heck is that? And you look in there and it says that I'm a teacher, a soldier, a runner, a coach, and a Star Wars nerd. Yeah, that helmet behind me, that's Clone Trooper CT02, Captain Vaughan.
That's amazing.
So when I started running, I was a captain in the Army National Guard, and I was at the transition point in my life. And things had to change. So I started running with the East Hartford High School cross-country team. And that's where I work as a teacher. And it's kind of like my life. So let me go back a little bit. I'm a big Star Wars nerd. And the reason why, not just because it's space samurais against space Nazis, because that's part of why it's cool, but because it's about a redemption arc. It's about a redemption arc. We don't always do the best things in life, and then we kind of come back. And I kind of feel that's where I am. I'm on my redemption arc, or good guy era, as the kids like to tell me. So with that, I volunteered with coaching cross country first, and then eventually became the head coach for the East Hartford boys cross country team. And building relationships, my kids can't afford sneakers. So I built relationships in the community. It's part of how I started doing the We Views things and all of my little side hustles. Fleet Feet Hartford has been an amazing partner. They've tens of thousands of dollars of shoes free to a lot of high schools in our area. And
that's awesome.
Building those partners. So when Team for Kids had an opening for the New York City Marathon in 2023, I jumped on it. That's the same kind of thing that I believe in, is helping the kids out, and they're just doing it on a much larger scale. So it kind of it meshed with my life goals.
Can you piece together for me the New York Roadrunners part with Team for Kids?
Sure. The Team for Kids is one of New York Roadrunners' official charities. So the simplest way to say it is New York's got a whole bunch of big races all year round, right? There's free programs for kids all the time, matching up with every single race they have. There's open runs for the public. There's free runs for the kids. There's free shoes for the kids. There's all sorts of running programs. And that's the charity for Team for Kids is how they raise money to support those programs.
That's amazing. I love that. That New York Roadrunners will do that, and that you have that special connection with your teaching and your coaching. And so this is a very, very special one for you. So you ran New York City with it. Now you're going to run Boston with it. Is this going to be your first Boston?
It is my first Boston. Well, I did the Boston medley before, so that's not really the same thing, but
that's not the marathon though.
Yeah. As
You're
I mentioned,
big this year.
I messaged Allie G, of course, one of your compatriots, and I'm like, hey,
we love Allie G.
It's a 4 unicorn year for me too, so kind of excited for that.
Excellent. Well, I will see you at I'm running the medley as well, but not running the marathon, but we will see you at mile 19. So make sure to look out for us.
That's usually where I bonk, so I might need some extra help.
Well, we can help because not only will we give you like a sign that says, slap for power or boost up the mountain. Erica is very well organized. And if you need something like a Coke or a Gatorade, or if you want a beer, if you want donuts, pizza, she can get it for you. She might make me drag it to mile 19 in a cooler, but we'll have everything. What are some of those things you might want at mile 19 when you're doing a marathon?
That's a tough one. So during the Marine Corps Marathon, Slopeside syrup. That was like that little sugar oomph with a little caffeine, a little syrup. That's a nice little push because at that point, you're kind of coasting on fumes.
Understandable. Mm-hmm. So you like those little, just a quick burst of energy. It's going to be easy to digest for you.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect. Yep.
Well-
I can absolutely have some of that ready for you.
Well, a little power speed boost sign. We'll have to bring that back because he likes those little bursts of energy.
I think I still have it.
We did jump ahead a little bit, and maybe I missed a little bit, but are you originally a Connecticut guy? Where are you from? Or did you already cover this with Erica?
Sure. Not really. So I've been in Connecticut. Well, literally my family's been here forever. You can track us down for a long, long time. But been in Connecticut, and specifically like the Connecticut National Guard has been my second job, soldier teacher, right, at Connection. And really, when I hit my 20-year mark in the military, I'm 50, mind you. So I'm a little old for this game, but still.
Never would have guessed. You look great, Michael.
Appreciate it. It was a career change. Like, what do I do with my life? And I really took up running at 40. And another guest of yours, episode 149, Celeste, part of that same group. Yeah, I'm plugging them back there too, right? The 169 Town Runners. I went to one of their events, and somebody was completing their races. And in his speech, and I don't remember his whole name, Mina is his first name, he said, running 169 races in Connecticut, I've given to 169 charities.
That's amazing.
So, that's kind of an amazing thing. So I try to do all my races for charities. There's a couple that I haven't. My first half marathon in Hampton, New Hampshire, the Smarty Nose Rock Fest.
Love it.
Which I got tricked into by my wife, but that's a whole another story. I love any of the races hosted by Michael Bernier. He's pretty good race hype man. Even though they're not really charity races, but they're definitely a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you love running for charities. Are all 169 races in the Connecticut, because that's where you run in every town, 169. Those are all charity races.
Every one of them. There's a couple that are not, but for the most part, they're like a little, school charity or
right.
Charity. Even the Hartford Marathon run races, they are technically a charity, the Hartford Marathon Foundation.
So since you're all about giving back and doing the charities, what are some of the things you're doing right now with the New York Roadrunners Team for Kids to fundraise for the Boston Marathon?
Yeah, that's the trickiest thing. So when you contact me about this podcast, I happen to be in Washington, D.C. So one of the things I did is I volunteered with my National Guard unit to go down and support the inauguration. Mm-hmm. As soldiers, we're apolitical. We're just down there to do a mission. Mm-hmm. So that I took some of that funds and just put that right on a tab. If you look at my fundraising, you can figure out what initials I use to donate the funds. It's a couple other things. Every marathon runner should have their name on a shirt. That's probably the shirt, right there, that I'm going to wear for the race. Maybe not. I might buy a new one at the expo for the New York City half. But one thing that I said, all right, I have the capabilities to do screen printing and vinyl lettering. So anybody in my
found our next T-shirt guy.
Small scale. But
we're small scale.
I offered out to my running club. I'm like, hey, if you have a medal you want engraved, I have an engraver. If you want your name on a race shirt, I'll put your name on the race shirt. So luckily, I've had a lot of great donors that, I said $5, and I'll do it because it's not a lot of work. But had been donating 20, 30. A good chunk of them donated $50 just to put their name on a shirt, and I appreciate that.
That's amazing.
So you're
That's
saying like someone will sponsor you, give you $50, and you put their logo on their shirt.
I'm just putting their names on the shirt.
Oh, their names.
Correct.
Their names.
Yep.
So how much to get Stoolie on your shirt?
If you had an iron-on transfer, Stoolie, I would do it right now.
I think I do. I'll figure it out with you, man. I'll figure it out.
Speaking of that, cool. Michael, did you get the stickers? Oh, they came in. Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, there's Stoolie. Stoolie's in the background.
And then Erica's medal from her race.
Yes.
Her one and only. Her one and done.
It counts.
It counts.
That was stress. Like fundraising is.
If you were a guest on the pod, I could just literally say 6 race directors and 6-star marathon runner, race director, 6-star Erica. Welcome to the pod. It counts.
We're just.
And always looking for new races that take dogs. And
yes,
the little yellow dog in her race, that was my dog.
I want to know this then. How did you find her race?
Total Image Running is a dog-friendly race. Well, when they were doing races. Mm-hmm. And it was actually for a dog charity, I believe. Possum.
Yes, it was. Yeah. For the love of dog. That was the charity name. So it was awesome.
And since my dog loves to run with us and do races, that's her thing. It's some people argue, dogs shouldn't race, should race. My dog loves to race. She's got commands, to tell her to pass people when not to pass, give them space, run in the road, don't run in the road. So she knows all her commands.
Oh, amazing.
I wish we had more canocrosses in our area.
It's a bummer that the marathons aren't. You got to find like a small one for that.
It's a bummer that a race director who used to have a race that was dog friendly doesn't race direct anymore. But I digress.
I'm happy to pass it off to somebody else.
We're so all over the place right now. Let's get back on track with Boston. How's training going right now?
Training is going miserably.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Is it just weather, or how you feeling? Like
I was doing great in January. It was awesome. I was running in DC. I had my Code Brown moment where I found a rat the size of a pit bull, screamed like a little girl running through the city.
That'd make you shit your pants.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh
that was going great, and then I got this, whatever this.
Oh yeah.
Oh God!
Everyone's
I had
got
that.
it.
It's awful.
So I'm a week down. I just started back today. Ran a first 10K indoors because of ice.
What's your marathon history? Have you run many marathons? Or is this like you did New York?
He has
is this
at
your
least
second?
2. And you said Marine Corps, correct?
Yeah, New York. I don't know if you can see
cool.
it there.
What's the goal here? Are you going for more after this? Are you going to get your 6 or your 9 stars? What's Michael's plan?
All right. So the big plan is to finally beat my wife in a marathon.
Yes.
I'm not competitive against other people. We are competitive against each other.
Okay.
I'll beat her in a 10-miler most of the time. She's got the half marathon out of 18 of them together. She's got 12. I'm 0 for 3 with marathons. So to just, at least going to do Chicago. That's nice and flat. That's my style.
There you go. She's not
that's
running
awesome,
Boston
man.
with you, is she?
She is. Yeah,
no way.
Team for Kids picked me as an alternate in December, and we said, "Hey, you got a spot for my wife?" And she's doing better on her fundraising. Plus, she's
so wait, are you too competitive with the fundraising too?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: when she gets I'm assuming your goal is like maybe 10 grand, whatever your goal is. When she hits $10,000, is it like I won and then she'll give you the rest, or is she like I'm going to keep going to 15, 20, and if you're still at 7, who cares? I'm win.
We are totally separate with our fundraising. She does say, I finished first. Her corporation does matching. I work for a school; they don't do matching. So
Fair.
did she really beat me?
So we can't count the matching. You just got to eliminate that factor.
Yeah.
Is there like do you make bets, wagers? Do you have fun with this?
We try not to because she says we're not competitive, but we're competitive. The next big is most of the races I try to do are, like I said, charity races. Our next big race, which as soon as we finish, fundraising for Boston, we'll start, is my favorite race. Even though my wife is from New York, our favorite race is in Boston, the Run for Home Base, because that's a charity.
Oh, that's a Millennium race.
It's a charity only race. Also, you have to be charity partner. Everybody.
That's a Millennium Running race, right, Erica?
I don't know.
I'll edit it out if I'm wrong.
It was Kurt Schiller's race for PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure that all veterans treatments are free in the greater Boston area.
Do you finish at Fenway?
You do. You finish on
It's
home
not
plate.
a Millennium race. It is not a Millennium race.
I know which one it is. All right, yeah.
Run to Remember. Run to Remember
Yes,
is the
I got
Millennium
the two
one,
mixed up. I got the two mixed
But that's
up.
still wicked cool.
So, Michael, where can everyone find you, and where can they find your fundraising efforts so you can beat your wife?
Yes, appreciate it.
At fundraising.
The only appropriate way is to be at fundraising or in a road race.
There you go.
But yes, best way to find me is through my Instagram, which is Vaughan with an A, VAUGHAN _CT0292, like the Star Wars nerd that I am. And I have it linked to my Instagram and for the New York Roadrunners link.
That's
so
awesome.
How much more do you have to go, Michael?
1915.
That's not that bad. All right. You are making great progress.
So is she still ahead of you right now?
She's done. She's been done.
What's her number?
It's a low number. Yeah. So
I'm just wondering, how much do we need to surpass her now?
She capped off at 5,000.
Oh, okay.
Team for Kids is a lower fundraiser. They work.
Oh, yes. Yep. Well, it's super cool. It's super cool what you told us what Team for Kids does and what Fleet Feet in your local Hartford area does. All those shoes kind of reminds me of Relay Goods, Erica, where the shoes that aren't 99% brand new, but they're still within the first 90. They send those away to all the kids organizations for free, and they get to run for free. So that's awesome.
that.
It sounds like such a cool cause, great charity. Dude, good luck. I really hope you come by, say hi at mile 19, give us a high five. We'll give you the power boost. Erica will have that syrup for you. Whatever you need, she'll get it for you. We'll be there. Super excited. Thanks for the support. Wearing the t-shirt. You got Stoolie. This is awesome, dude. Wow, so cool. I realized, like, put 1 and 2 together, like, oh, you two know each other, and I've heard about you. I didn't piece together those dots before we started, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us and spreading the Team for Kids message. You'll see myself, my wife, and a dozen or so others wearing that neon green shirt on race day.
We won't be able to miss you, and that's the plan. We're going to be tracking you and cheering you on up those Newton Hills, and no bonking. We're gonna get you through it.
No bonking.
Yeah, guys. So jump in those show notes, find Michael's links, find his donating and fundraising charities. Get his numbers above his wife so he can go and say, I'm number one. I won this time. And Michael, I'm cheering for you. I hope you can beat her and beat her in a race or fundraising. The disclaimer. So this was awesome, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Michael Vaughan on the On the Runs podcast, running in the 2025 Boston Marathon for the New York Roadrunners Team for Kids. That was wicked awesome.
Thanks, E2.
Our next guest on the pod is running the 2025 Boston Marathon for AKTIV Against Cancer. Let's welcome to the pod, Shoshie Bloom. Nice to see you.
What's up,
Welcome.
Shoshie?
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Doing very, very well. We are so excited to have you today.
I'm wicked excited because I'm looking at your charity and I'm like, okay, AKTIV. How do I say that? And you're like, it's active. And I'm like, oh my God, it is active. AKTIV Against Cancer. This is awesome. I'm so excited you're on the podcast. And Erica, good job with that intro because I can't pronounce words right. And I was struggling with yours.
She said Shoshie like Yoshi, and I love that. So
I know, and I got Yoshi because I played a lot of Mario Brothers, but Shoshie, I think I got it. Shoshie, maybe. S's are hard. Do people... Is it easy for people to get your name, or am I just like the one and random one?
It's your teeth, man.
Hey, I got a full, beautiful
pretty
rack.
Often, I kind of am used to it at this point. It's been a few years of you get used to it.
A few
Thanks
years.
for being a good sport about it.
Yeah, I don't. If you know anything about our podcast, this is a common theme. But yes, how are you? Where are you coming from, by the way? And your dog is beautiful. I love Daisy already.
Thanks. I think she ran away. But I'm coming to you from Brighton. So, real close to the finish line, and I can't wait to cross it.
Is this going to be your first Boston?
Yeah, this is my first Boston. I'm so excited to run it. The most exciting part for me this year is actually it's my dad's birthday. And I'm running in memory of him. So I really can't wait to do that.
Oh, that's awesome. Tell us about your dad then. Tell us a little bit about you and your dad.
So my dad passed away from colon cancer back in 2009 when I was 15. He was my role model. I mean, I was daddy's girl growing up through and through. And I grew up in Newton. So right along the course, I would go down to Lower Falls and watch the marathon with my dad. And I told him, I was like, Dad, one day I'm going to run this. And he was like, okay, sure. Because I'm... was not athletic. I really still am not that athletic. Everyone thinks I am because I run, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not, but okay. So he said, he's like, okay, sure. I'll promise you I'll be there at the finish line when you do run it. And unfortunately, after a 7-year battle with cancer, he lost that battle. But now I get to run in his memory. I get
7 years. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I get to run for a charity that promotes physical activity in conjunction with cancer. And it's so meaningful for me.
So that's great you bring that up because we've talked about this before. fundraising intimidates me, right? It's just, if I go and say, hey, I need money because I want to run in the Boston Marathon, that's hard. And then we want to like pump the tires and try to help people fundraise. And it means a lot when you're running for a cause that is really close to you and your heart. Erica's going through that right now because she's fundraising for Chicago. And you're doing that right now for the Boston Marathon in memory of your dad. It's Active Against Cancer. Your dad passed away from colon cancer. Tell us a little bit about your charity, Active Against Cancer.
So Active Against Cancer was originally founded in the Netherlands, I believe. You can check that one. But so Active Against Cancer is all about promoting physical activity in conjunction with cancer treatments. When you're active, we know there's mental health benefits. We're runners. Like we know we feel good when we run, but it also helps improve the clinical outcome. So the therapies are more effective. There's a better prognosis if you're active during treatment. So they're trying to get like physical activity sites, so like gyms and whatnot at cancer treatment sites across the U.S. They're also trying to research into more of exercise oncology. So they have a partnership with a exercise oncology lab at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City. So they're doing a lot, and it's really, really exciting to get to partnership with them.
So how did you decide that you wanted to run Boston for this charity? Was it because of your dad? Like you wanted to say, I'm going to do this, Dad, and I'm going to do it for you.
Yeah. So, I mean,
did you just know this charity was the one?
It's always was going to be a cancer charity. Initially, the dream was kind of Dana Farber because that's what you know. But getting onto the Dana Farber team is super challenging. So someone I know actually ran Boston last year for Active Against Cancer. So I was like, hey, can you tell me more about the charity? And he did. And I was like, yeah, dope. This is awesome. And then they told me to just reach out and email them. So I did. I did that back in August. I just shot them an email through their contact form on their website. And I was like, hey, I've heard you guys have had bibs for Boston. Do you have any for 2025? And they're like, yeah, let's go. Like, welcome to the team. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm fully prepared to get completely rejected and be like, well, it's early. Let's reach out to other charities and whatnot. Like, let's go. But no, they're like, let's go. You're on the team. And I'm like, holy shit, this is happening.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was a really simple process for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was pretty easy. It was a cold email, but yeah, it's still, I still can't believe it.
That's pretty awesome, though. The instant, like, yes, let's go. And, sometimes it like needs to click for a second, but you're like, at what point were you like, holy cow, I'm going to run in the Boston Marathon? And have you ever run a marathon before this?
So I'm still not like that though. So I know I'm going to get a bib. I'm still not convinced I'm going to run Boston, partially because I'm still getting over an injury, or I just came back from an injury.
That's right. You DM me this. You said it in an email or DM. I remember. Yeah.
So I was diagnosed with a bone stress injury in my tibia back in, November. So I just started running 2 weeks ago. My weekly mileage.
2 weeks ago. So we're talking, today is the 17th of February. So you've been running since early February. So we got 2.5 months here to do this. How's the injury right now?
Boston. We have 9 weeks to Boston. My weekly mileage is at 9.
Good. You got this.
Oh,
here's my take on. Yeah, here's my take on Boston, and I hope you take it this way too. It's a victory lap. Now,
100%.
The training you're putting in and the fundraising you're putting in, right? Well, I think, kudos to anyone who wants to go out there and run for time and to beat a PR. That's amazing too. But at the same time, you have a lot of time to finish this race, and you take in the crowd, take in the moment, take in the people. Stop, visit us at mile 19. We'll give you like a Powerade, a soda, whatever you need, and take in all the moments. And you can properly pace yourself however you feel like you
intervals.
need. Yeah, you could do the run, walk. You just need a goal going in, or not a goal, but a plan. And you got this. If you got 9 weeks and this injury is good to go, like you got this. You got this, Yoshi Shoshie. I can't do it. So that's you're Yoshi. I'm going to call you Yoshi.
I've been called worse. It's fine.
Well, Shoshie, I'm going to send all the healing vibes your way to stay healthy so no other injuries arise and that you can tackle Boston, because if I was in your shoes, I'd be like, I'm doing it anyways. But you gotta do what's right for you and stay healthy and just make sure you don't hurt yourself.
We're running Boston. We're getting to that start line and we're going to get to that finish line even if we're crawling. Like there's no quitting at this point.
Right. Awesome.
My jacket, like I'm earning that damn jacket.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. So we know how training's going and it's just starting because of the injury, but how's fundraising going?
Fundraising's going pretty good. I mean,
what are some things you got planned coming up? I think you got some big things planned.
Yeah. Or March Madness, going to do a little bracket pool, cheap $10 buy-in, haven't fully figured out the details right now. But probably about half of the pool goes to the winner, maybe a bit less to do second and third place. Other half to the fundraiser, but hopefully it gets me there.
Well, you know what? A lot of people who do those things, and I can't say from experience, but just from what I've heard, a lot of those winners kind of just give you the money back. So I don't want you to expect it, but like a lot of the times they give you a portion. We've come up with some fun fundraising ideas in the past. Erica, one of my favorite ones she does is a 50-50 raffle. She just goes to Staples, buys a bunch of raffle tickets, walks around the office, forces her boyfriend to walk around his office and go, hey, I'm selling 50-50 raffles, and does it every week. And people thought it was a hit. They're like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
It brought in a decent amount of money, so any little bit helps. How far away from your goal are you?
I am just under 40% away.
Okay.
Okay.
Making moves.
By the time this comes out, you're going to be like 20% to go.
By the time this comes out, I'll be done. Let's go. We're going to.
Yeah, you will.
That's the spirit. I love it.
We're doing this very early, but we're hoping to drop these all on YouTube earlier for everybody else. Tell us a little bit about your running experience before this. Were you a big runner? Were you crazy like us? Or were you just like the story about your dad where I'm going to do the Boston Marathon one day? Was that just like you saw a friend do it and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this now and he's going to be there watching?
I didn't know anybody running it when I was little. I mean, I knew like tangentially some people through like our synagogue and stuff, but not really. But I just saw it and I was like, this is so cool. So I was not athletic really. My senior year of high school, I started to train for a marathon. There was a marathon club at my high school. And so I was training with them because it was like, well, if I'm going to run Boston, this is once I learned that you actually have to qualify or raise money. I was like, oh, I can qualify. It's not that hard.
Right.
It's that hard. But so I was like, okay, well, I got to start running somewhere. So I started running with the marathon club in high school, training for, I think it was the Providence Marathon. Didn't end up running that because I had to have surgery.
Oh, no.
But, that was fine. We're good. That was a couple years ago. Well, more than a couple. And then I went to college and I was running off and on a bit. After the summer after my freshman year of college, the marathon club was like, hey, we have bibs for the Marine Corps Marathon in DC. And I was like, I go to school just outside DC. Like, let's go. Okay. So I ran that marathon. Don't run a marathon your sophomore year of college is my biggest life advice. Long runs on a Saturday morning and then you end at a tailgate. Yeah, I didn't know what fueling was. I didn't know anything about hydration. I think my longest run was probably 16 miles. I hit the wall at mile like 17. I spent the last 9 miles just dropping F-bombs every other second.
Yes.
It was miserable.
It's a great story.
It was a learning experience.
If I remembered it. I blocked a lot of it out.
Better.
But so I ran a couple half marathons in undergrad. Then I kind of dropped off running for grad school. Mental health was in the shitter. Running wasn't my priority. I was trying to get through grad school. So then after I finished up grad school, I moved back to Boston and I was like, okay, mental health isn't in the garbage anymore. let's get back in shape. So I got back into running, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to qualify for Boston, but that's okay. So I've just been running for probably about consistently, like about 2.5 years or so at this point. And it's just, I mean, I love it. I love running along the Charles in the snow. It's the one thing I missed this winter. I love running. It's great.
You can come have some of our snow. I know it's not along the Charles, but we don't want it.
Whoa. Speak for yourself
All
there.
right, he's the skier. I'm not. I'm very cold right now.
So come Boston Marathon Day, are you expecting any friends or family who are going to be there at the finish line cheering you on? What is your race day game plan? I know the game plan is to, toe the line and we're going to get there. But outside of that, what's your plan?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have family and friends across the course. I mean, growing up in the area, there's people are like, you're running, of course I'll be there. I'll take off from work, even because not everyone here gets the day off, unfortunately. So yeah, family and friends are going to be along the course, mostly starting in Newton. And I'm like, that's great. Mile 17 and on, that's where I'm going to need some extra love. But I think
that's right. We got your back at mile 19, by the way.
Okay. I will definitely come say hi. The game plan.
Please do.
The game plan definitely for the course is just, I think it's going to be a regular run walk interval. The exact interval we're going to figure out. I'm working with a coach. We'll figure it out as we get closer. I mean, the goal is really just finish. It's have fun. It's enjoy the moment. I'm going to do this again one day because I can't
love it.
not.
You have the right mindset going into this. I know you're not training as much as you wish you could, but you just want to have fun, enjoy it, soak in all that the Boston Marathon has to offer. So you are going to finish and you are going to love it.
Also, I love that you're running for your dad. I love the story when you're a little kid telling your dad, I'm going to do this one day. I love that you're running in his honor. And I think, when you're fundraising for a charity like this, AKTIV Against Cancer, it just means so much more. And it's people love to donate to someone like that. Who has a charity that has a story like that. So I think you're going to be great. You're going to be awesome. I can't wait to see you at mile 19 about, what do you say, Erica, maybe 200-300 yards after the aid station on your left. John Kelly statue. You know where that is because you're from Newton.
Johnny Kelly statue. Yep.
Yeah, the Johnny Kelly statue. We'll be there. We'll be loud. We'll have a power boost sign. We'll have whatever you need. Tell Erica, shoot her the DM because if you shoot it to me, I'll forget.
I'm making notes.
Yes. But you're going to be awesome. Anything else you want to say? Where can people find you? Where could they find maybe a fundraising link outside of the show notes when this drops? How can they find you on social media and everywhere else?
Yeah, so on Instagram, Shosh, SHOSH_the_runner. From there, the link for my fundraiser is in my bio. Also, it's I'm not going to even try to tell you the link. I don't remember it right now.
It will be in the show notes. We'll
make it easy for people to find.
Yeah, guys, just go to the show notes and
show notes.
It will
Instagram, But yeah, I mean, Instagram's my main place. I've been keeping track of my progress there. It goes back to when I started running. If you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see a couple stress injuries.
You know what? I'm proud of you already because you're running again, and you didn't let this injury in November, slow you down or stop you from this. So I'm proud of you. You're going to do awesome. I think our listeners are going to, jump at this for you because that story about you and your dad, just that hit the feels for me. I think you're going to do great, guys. I really hope you enjoyed Shoshie Bloom on the On the Runs podcast. I did it. Yeah. I had to think about that one. You're the best. Good luck. Our next guest of the pod is coming from just south of Boston. We're wicked excited to have her on. She is running for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in this year's Boston Marathon. Ann King, welcome to the On the Runs podcast. How are you?
I'm doing well. I really can't complain. Sun was out today, so it's a good day.
Well, the sun was out, but so was the wind. So
yeah,
take it back. I don't want it.
Are you getting as much snow as we are? We're up here just north of New Hampshire. You're just south of Boston.
Oh yeah, we actually not too bad. Like there was a decent amount of rain, so that's washed out a good amount of it, but we still got a good coating. It's all ice though. It's 100% ice.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Well, we're all in the same boat. We're all cold and miserable, but hopefully the warmer weather is on the horizon, especially looking towards the 2025 Boston Marathon.
Yes. Yes.
And we know, like, training for this race, let's get right into it. Training can be brutal because it's winter, it's cold, it's windy. Are you an indoor runner right now, or are you doing all your runs outside?
So I actually prefer to run outside. I overheat very easily. So I'm like in the dark, in the cold, like in the morning, like that is my jam. But like real talk, my dog is a puppy, and I was getting changed 2 weekends ago for a long run, and he peed outside the door, and I slipped on that pee, and I banged my knee real hard.
No.
So, oh yeah. So I've been on the treadmill, like power walking uphill and half shuffling to try and, get back, keep the fitness up. But hopefully we've got enough time and enough runway to get me back on track. But man, the thing really hurts.
Oh, well, just take it easy. Keep doing like some light work and just let yourself heal. That's going to be the most important thing, because we know you're going to get to this finish line no matter what, but you want to do it in the best health you can be.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
well, let's learn about you real quick. Like, let's get the quick bio. I can already tell, like, you're awesome. You got so much cool energy, a great vibe.
Got it. She's bringing
you're just
it
like
for 8
me with the
o'clock at
kids and like doing like just running around all the time, and you got dogs. So let's get the quick Ann King bio. Ann King bio.
Ann Keane. So I'm 45 years old. I work full time. I make jewelry on the side. I am a current stage 4 breast cancer patient. Been living with stage 4 breast cancer for just over 8 years in active treatment. And really, it wasn't until the height of the pandemic, about 5 years into my diagnosis, that I decided that let's run a marathon. So that's kind of the short version.
And this is that marathon, this Boston Marathon?
This is my 4th Boston Marathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot. I don't know if you've heard of us before, but every October we have this series we do, Breast Cancer Awareness Month series. Yes. And now I know when I want you back, because and don't give me all the details yet, because I want it in October. But wow, so you're still in active treatment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I am really lucky. When I was diagnosed, at 36, my daughter was 1.5 years old, and it blindsided completely. I felt I saw some dimpling in my breast, and I kind of knew in my gut right away that there was something wasn't right. I actually was training to get back into shape to have a second baby, and I noticed some pain in my sternum, and then also the dimpling in my breast. And so I actually went immediately to the doctor. I was like, something's not right. And they diagnosed me what's called de novo. So when I was diagnosed, it means that it had already spread to my liver, my bones, and obviously in my breast and in my lymph nodes. So went on treatment immediately, lost my hair, got really sick. And what happens when you're stage 4 is one of two things happens when you're on treatment. Either the side effects become so great that you can't manage them, or the cancer finds its way around and you have to make a shift. And so mine was the former. So I was having a lot of neuropathy in my hands and in my legs. And so we decided to drop one of the drugs, and I have been on that same treatment line since then. So it's I'm very, very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Oh, Anne, that is such a scary thing to have to go through. But even just meeting you, I can tell you are so strong. And just going full circle, your choice of charity for the Boston Marathon, Dana Farber, it is just such a connection and so wonderful. Did they provide your treatment? Is that why you're running for them?
Yeah. So I, it's a way for me to give back to an organization that has given me so very much. So I had been, height of the pandemic, was running with a friend outside. I was never a runner. I was always a swimmer. And so was talking with my friend, and I ended up going and talking with my oncologist about it. And I was like, is this something I could even do? It's in my bones, I have all of these treatments that are trying to help, help heal and mend and address the cancer. And obviously, the type of cancer that I have is estrogen receptive. So basically you have to suppress the estrogen in order to kind of help kill the cancer. And so that put me into menopause right away. So I'm like operating with this like really old lady body and everything. But my oncologist was like, no, you can go for it. You can do it. And so she I think she also put a call in a little bit, like there's this crazy girl that like kind of wants to run a marathon, like give her a spot kind of thing. And so I joined the team, and I did it, and what an amazing experience. It's like nothing, and you guys know, like it's like nothing else to run a marathon like that. But in what I was going through, it was just I couldn't imagine the emotion that is tied into that. And so felt the need to like do it again. And now I'm hedging on just approaching $100,000 raised for Dana Farber cumulatively. So yeah. So that's why you do it, like that money goes to innovative cancer research. That's what you need. So, yeah.
Oh, I applaud you. Those are incredible numbers that you've raised with like from the past few years. Like it's mind blowing, but congratulations. Yeah. And I love that you feel like you want to give back to the people who gave you so much.
Yeah.
So these are our Boston Marathon fundraising episodes where we're helping everyone who's fundraising to like pump their tires. And you've raised close to $100,000, as you said. So tell us some of your tips and tricks to fundraising for a world major marathon like the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, it's hard. You really have to tell your story and really make it real. And I just posted something recently about, it was a picture of my daughter, Ruby, who was 1.5 years at that time. And when you get those Google photos that come up, like, see this photo, and it came up and I was like, oh my gosh, Ruby was only 1.5 years then. And it, to me, talking about what it was like then. And when you think about this is such a heavy diagnosis and trying to navigate that, like, okay, where do I go? Who am I talking to? What other things do I need to do? Then you layer in, am I going to work anymore? What am I going to do with my daughter when I'm going to treatment? How am I going to feel after this treatment? Because these side effects can be so much, like, am I going to be able to play with her? Am I going to be able to see her go to elementary school? Am I going to, all these, like, what's going to happen? It's just so heavy. And so really telling that story and telling those really raw and tough moments, I think, it's unfortunate that I have to do that, but that's where I find, a lot of people tend to donate because they feel that with them, their kids are in elementary school, or they're playing with their kids outside building snowmen. And I think about the patients now that I'm connected with, and they're like, I can't even get out of bed.
Oh,
I can't go to work because I can't make it there.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you think about that you take for granted, like being able to get up and go to work. Like most people might loathe that. It's like, to me, I love it. I'm lucky that I get to go to work and be with my colleagues and have a good time. And yes, work is hard and all those things, but it's like, wow, that's something I get to do. I don't have to do it. I get to do it. Just like the marathon, I don't have to do it. I get to do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the mentality that I really try and take forward. And so talking about those kinds of things and how hard it is to go and run 16 or whatever it is in your training, it's like, that's nothing compared to what people are going through and the pain that they're in. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. You're putting a whole different perspective on this. Thank you for that. It's not just about the fundraising. It's not just about training. You got to flip the mindset. And I love how you're doing it for all the right reasons.
Yo, thanks.
Yeah. What a story so far. Like, just truly, I'm just like amazed right now. I'm blown away. And your energy and your positive vibes right now, it seems like you take that approach every day, just life in general. Like you
Yeah.
came on here, let's be honest, about 20 minutes late, and you're like, I'm ready to go though. Let's go.
You're
Let's do
late,
this.
But hey, Eric knows about having kids and like what it's like.
Right.
He just had his one of his sons pop in and yeah.
I totally
in the
relate, but
microphone. Yeah.
I totally relate, but I love your positive energy all the time. You're like, I'm in here, I'm ready to go. Like, you got it. So I love your vibe. Tell us right now, how is training going for this year's Boston Marathon?
So training, I mean, I feel like I was a little bit behind last year when I ran. I ended up in the hospital. I finished the race, but I ended up in the hospital because it was just so hot. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like
That's
the heat was
right.
way too much. So I don't like heat. And when it was training, I was training so much in the cold to then that super hot day. So I ended up finishing, but ended up in the hospital. And so I was like burnt, like just done. Physically, emotionally, all those things. So I did more cross training, and I think I should have run a little bit more. So I've just been a little bit behind as far as like pace and things. And then it's also hard because I have treatment still, right? So like there's days where I go in and I'm running, and so I have to like recalibrate my week according to what I might have going on, but other than that, like I really can't complain, you know, like I did, my daughter plays hockey and we were up at J Peak and I ran 12 miles on that treadmill in that hotel and it was so freaking hot, but I had this mentality that it's like, I don't have to do this. I get to do this. Like I get to go and run this.
I've ran on that treadmill, by the way. It's not like the nicest treadmill. Yeah.
Eric, it's shut off at 99 minutes, which is like, he's like, oh, it's shut off at 99 minutes. Oh, you know, like for non-runners.
We're talking the one inside the J Hotel, right?
Yeah. What?
The treadmill inside the J Hotel.
Yeah, the one that there's one that has one TV on it.
Yes.
And
what are the odds you run on the same treadmill?
Probably 6 miles in, I'm like watching Star Wars, which I'm not a big Star Wars person, and also that is not a motivating thing. Like that's gonna happen.
I can't imagine.
I spot batteries on the floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, those are the batteries to the remote. Oh my gosh, I don't have to watch Star Wars. Like jump off, swap it up, and now I'm watching like CNN. No, not a good thing, right? Like I gotta find something else, but still. Managed to get the 12 in. That was the longest story ever. But yeah, it's really, I really can't complain outside like the, you know, little minor injury situation I got going
And we have a rule here. It's called spare no details. So that story was awesome.
She's delivering already.
Yeah. So
I can't wait for you to come back.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't complain. I really can't, you know, like,
oh man,
yes, I wish I was running more outside, but we'll get back there. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Did you just say you're battling an injury right now too?
Yes.
The knee. That's right.
The knee. Yeah. The knee and the dog. On the floor where you slip and yeah.
It's hard to be mad at a puppy though. But he's
real cute, but he's been peeing a lot on the floor. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, let's get back into fundraising. What are some things you have coming up? What are you doing? We already went over tips and tricks, but do you have anything coming up in the future?
Have you hit your goal already?
No, I haven't. I'm actually pretty far off. So I just finished doing some good Super Bowl squares, like brought in some good, like just straight cash, like for that, which is great. I'm a jewelry designer. So I also make jewelry. I'll make marathon earrings. I have these like blue and yellow heart, big chunky ones.
That's so cute.
So I'll sell those. And then I will also donate like 100% of anything that I'm bringing in during certain sales times. So, so that's probably the next push. And then
is that one of your earrings right there that you made?
No,
you were just fiddling? No,
I was like, yeah. So what was I going to say? Yeah, no. So I'm the jewelry, and then I'll start bringing out the stories again. Yeah. The photos and the stories and just, telling that story. Yeah.
Where could people find this jewelry if they want to buy some that they know like 100% of it will go to the marathon fundraising?
So probably follow me on Instagram. It's AD Jewelry, all one word. That's where I sell, but I'm also in a couple stores as well. So I work with some of those shops in and around.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. You're going to be great. You're gonna
Yes.
crush this. What number is this Boston for you? Was
This is
it
number
4?
4. I've
Number
only
4.
run Boston. Yeah.
That's a good marathon to keep going back to, though.
I know.
Especially
it's hard
being
because
like
Dana Farber,
so
it's
close.
like this team is just such a tight team, and it's you know, raising money for that organization. It's hard for me
Right.
to even think otherwise.
Are there any other people on your team who have run it multiple years like yourself? Like, have you made any good core friends that get to do it again?
For sure. So I actually don't do many of the long runs with the team. Like I do, I've done like 1, 2, like a season.
Yeah.
But it's a really active group on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, and still even texts. So they're all really great people, you know. Unfortunately, we're all connected in this with this horrible disease.
I need to drop a name.
Oh.
Do you know Christina Cocoloto?
Yes, I do. She's my homie. Yeah, she's running,
she's amazing.
Tokyo. Yeah, she's a beast. She also, fun fact, she also has a French bulldog. Yep.
Ooh.
She's like, oh yeah.
I bet her French bulldog doesn't bust her knee though.
Oh, no, but she's like, that dog's gonna keep peeing all over. Like I've had my dog for years. I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that.
No.
So she's on a 6-star journey, but she's doing it with Dana Farber too. So do you see, like, could you go that road? Could you go for the 6 stars for Dana Farber?
I mean, I would love that. I would really love that. I think it's a bit tough. It's a bit tough. That's a lot to be training for.
Especially if you're in active treatment too. If you have to travel, I don't know how if you get any like time off from treatments, or if you'd have to get treatment abroad. How would that work?
So no, I mean my treatments are every 3 weeks, so it's really not that bad. But then I also have scans and some other things, and then I work full time. So and I travel for work too. So that's like it's trying to navigate all that.
Life, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. And then, you know, I have a young daughter, so I love going to see her hockey games and her swim meets and all of that. And so between working full time and all of that, it's a bit tricky to juggle. I think, I don't know. For me, I struggle with missing anything with my kid. I really it's a real struggle to like miss anything. Like this past weekend, she had a game and she scored her first goal. And it was like, I mean, I'm freaking crying. I'm one of those people though, like I'm so lucky to see all these things. You know, I never thought I would see her play hockey. Like that was never even a dream.
Just soaking in every moment. It's perfect.
Yeah. So it's the mom guilt is like super real for me. So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, if you have to keep doing any marathon and it's Boston, that's fine.
Yeah.
I love that she plays hockey, by the way.
Oh. Is that a Bruins?
I mean, Eric's, yes, it is. He's a big fan.
She got her first penalty 2 weekends ago. And let me tell you, she's been a super timid player. And so she tripped this girl, and I was like, yes, oh my gosh, she's coming out of her cell. Yes, that's so amazing. Yes. And so I ran over and took the photo of her in the penalty box, and then also made sure she got out of the penalty box because the refs aren't good about letting them out, you know.
Oh, no way.
That's not our job, actually. You should have a penalty box person. I referee hockey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah, up until this year. I did for quite a while.
Oh, amazing. We went to our first Boston Fleet game yesterday.
No way.
Fun. Yeah, which was awesome. So
that's great.
On the Jumbotron, that was a highlight, you know. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And I'm so pumped. Like, wow, you have so much energy. What a vibe. Like, energy for 8:15 at night. I'm only typically used to being the one.
Well, I hope you have this energy on the race course on Marathon Monday. You better look out for us. We'll be at mile 19, and you need to let me know if you want any kind of snacky or a drink or something. I've got you covered. So you hit me up and let me know what you need as a little pick me up for the Newton Hills.
Amazing. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was great meeting with you guys.
Hey, we're going to meet again too. We're going to have you back.
Let's do it.
Yes, I hope you come back in October for us and share more of that story. And like I said, spare no details.
Yes, and maybe I'll be on time, Eric. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll give you a free pass. Don't worry about it.
You got it.
You bring enough energy to make it all worth it.
Right on.
Guys, that was awesome. I really hope you enjoyed that as much as I did because she was wicked awesome. Not only does she have a daughter who plays hockey, she's a runner, she's a breast cancer survivor. She's amazing. Go check it out in the show notes to find her links for fundraising. Go buy her jewelry, do it all. Ann Keane on the On the Runs podcast. You're wicked awesome, man. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you. Great meeting you guys.
Great meeting you, Ann.
Our next guest on the pod is coming to us from the North Shore. He is running in the 2025 Boston Marathon for the Doug Flutie Foundation, and we're wicked excited to have Michael Burns on the On the Runs podcast. What's up, Mike?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Doing very, very well. I think you're doing a little bit better than us. You mentioned you are on vacation.
Yes.
So February vacation. So
that's right.
I got to talk to Mike a little bit earlier, so I got to learn about a little bit about who he is. So why don't you fill Eric in on a little bit more about you?
Yeah, so I'm from Beverly, Mass. I teach at the North Shore Consortium, 7th, 8th grade science. It's a special ed school, a small therapeutic day school for kids with a wide variety of learning disabilities and autism spectrum, and if you name it, every kid's there for their own reason. And I've been there for 18 years now, teaching for 8. And
that's great.
That's one of the main reasons why I chose this foundation. This is my second run with the Doug Flutie Foundation. I did the New York City Marathon with them as well.
That's
amazing. Did you just run the last New York City?
2023.
Okay. I might have to come to you later for some New York City tips and advice because I'll be running it this year in 25.
I heard.
Oh, yeah, you heard. All right, awesome. I love it. So maybe we got a listener of the pod here. I love meeting everybody and getting to know everyone. One thing I do know is fundraising can be hard and intimidating, but sometimes when you have a connection with your fundraising event, with your fundraising foundation, like the Doug Flutie Foundation for Autism, if you have a story that relates to it, it makes it easier. And it seems like you've been working in this area for about 18 years. So you found the right foundation for you, the one that fits right. And you got a story to tell. And I think people appreciate that a lot more. How do you go about telling your story?
I kind of lead with, the whole inclusivity of autism and that stuff. People in my circle know what I do for work. And they know how I don't hate going to work every day. I got one of those jobs that I don't mind going to, and they know that, and they know I care about the kids and I like working with them. So it's not a hard sell for me. Sometimes you add the races up over a few years and it becomes a harder sell. But people that know me know it's my little passion of raising money for different charities. And the Flutie Foundation up in this area, and actually it's national, but it's pretty well known. So it's not a hard sell, even if you're out in the community asking for gift cards for a fundraiser, or, you're having a night where there's 20% goes to you. The community kind of raffle comes around that, where sometimes you have those smaller charities or, the bigger ones that people know they get plenty of money. I find Doug Flutie has a name around here and people just love to support him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a pretty big guy. I don't know if you remember this, Erica, but I got a video of him running by us at mile 19 from 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah. This guy's running.
Is that Doug Flutie?
Right. This guy's running, pointing to somebody else, and he just keeps pointing. And then so I look where he points, and I'm like, that's Doug Flutie. He looked awesome, too. He was about to go up and crush Heartbreak Hill. We hang out at mile 19 every year, Michael. So that's where we hang out each year.
I've been out there a few times. I've also run for you at Hillary on the Joseph Middle Miss Big Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I ran in 2021 for them. I've known that family my entire life. So that's normally around that area too. So I'm normally out on the hills when I'm watching.
Well, you know where to find us if you need a little boost to help you up those hills.
Yeah.
So tell us, what are you doing right now for training? It's winter, it's cold. We were talking about that earlier. How's training going right now? We're about 9 weeks out from the Boston Marathon when we're recording right now.
It's going well. I get my runs in during the week. I keep it, I get a speed workout in, maybe a 5 or 6 miler. I did 6 on the treadmill today, which was hard just because of the ice and the wind.
Yeah.
But I take advantage of, on Saturday mornings, we run with Coach John Fury. He has a bunch of different charities he works with. And I just show up every Saturday morning. he tells us what we're doing, and we go out and do it.
That's amazing. I'm a big fan of John Fury. Like I
Yeah.
ran back in 2018, and that training program helped me so much, especially having the support system, having people out there getting those long run, those hills in. So I'm glad that you are doing the same thing.
And it's great too, because you get to meet, like, we have, hold on, look at my notes real quick so I don't get anything wrong.
Sure.
Because there's currently 48 runners on the Flutie team, and 17 of them are adaptive runners.
Excellent.
So I don't know if you know, but Flutie's the presenting sponsor for the adaptive athletes. And
I didn't know
so the
that.
17 runners. So this is the first time I've trained for a marathon. I'm actually training alongside some of the adaptive runners. And Mike Palmer, who's one of their ambassadors and longtime runners, we're about the same pace. So training alongside the people, like some of the runners that you see directly get impacted by Flutie and are the ones that are spreading the message and like the faces, that's been something new to me. It's been amazing. Sometimes you don't feel like running and it's one of those cold days and they walk in and Mike walks in all excited. How many miles we going today? And it just changes your attitude and all that
Extra
stuff.
motivation.
Yeah. It's that we got an email talking about how close we've been getting, like one of the team captain and stuff. And it made me think, like, it's actually true. Like I haven't felt, you get to see where the money and what you're fundraising for every week. And we went to a fundraiser yesterday for someone that's running, and there was a bunch of teammates there. They came to my fundraiser I had a few weeks ago, and it's just such a great part. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's a team. It really feels like a team, and everyone's supporting each other. We got a group chat going, and it's just been amazing. This is be my 5th marathon. And even training in 2023 with Flutie, it was more like charity runners and some parents and some siblings of people that have autism or other disabilities. And but this is the first time seeing the full team and how the Doug Flutie Foundation really hams up Boston and is really trying to get those adaptive runners out there. So that's been the highlight so far for me. Any of my goals and all that has kind of been out the window. Wow, just running alongside these guys.
That's awesome. 48 people, 17 are adaptive athletes. That's so amazing. Every year for like over 10 years, I do a big adaptive hike up Mount Washington where we pull an adaptive athlete up the mountain. We usually raise $80,000 to $100,000. It's a great hike. This past summer was the first year I actually missed in like 12 years. So it's a great hike. I know someone, and might be drawing a blank, but it might be Mark, who's done the hike with me before in the past. And I ran into him at the Boston Run Show last year at the Doug Flutie Foundation booth. So you guys do some amazing things. What are some fundraising things you're doing? You just did one you mentioned. What else do you have coming up?
Yeah, this was actually, I'll tell you about this. My girlfriend works at True North Brewery in Ipswich. She's the social media and like event coordinator. And we met a guy named Eric Clemsey, who's a local musician and teacher. And I did an online fundraiser, raffling off tickets and a dinner and a show. It was to the local, they do the Christmas Carol every year here in Beverly.
Oh, cool.
I got tickets and a gift card to get dinner, and he saw my flyer and he's like, I want to help you.
Oh,
you guys
awesome.
are you guys Love on the Spectrum fans? You ever
Sadly,
heard of that?
no.
I'm unfamiliar.
Is it Netflix? I think it's a Netflix show.
It's a Netflix show where they follow adults with autism dating, like a reality show. And he works with James, who's local to Massachusetts. So he came to take part in it and sang some music with them and had a meet and greet and, went to all the local businesses and had all kinds of raffles and sports tickets. But it was really nice. I'd never ran a big event like that. I've always done the football squares or dinner, or I've done online raffles where it's all through Venmo and you're just on social media and doing that. So this is the first event I had. It was a lot of work. Luckily I have, a girlfriend and sisters who take care of me. And they helped out all along the way, and the brewery and Eric were great in helping organize it and get the word out. So that was successful, and taking advantages of like those local restaurants that do the 20% to a charity and things like that. I'm going to be having one out in Methuen, where I'm originally from, at the Irish Cottage sometime in March. A local arts and crafts woman is going to do a sign making night and donate some money back to me here in Beverly.
That's
And then
awesome.
March Madness coming up, I'll be doing some squares that pays out during the Sweet 16 all the way to the championship game. You know, people are always willing to donate if they have a chance of getting money back. So I think it was New York. I got word ahead of time, and I was able to raise all my money within the 6 months just doing squares.
Wow.
During like the Celtics were in the playoffs that year. It was March Madness, and then football season started. So
there you go. I mean, if you can consolidate it into like one type of thing that's going to get you a majority of your money, that's just less work that you have to do, because we know fundraising it can be a huge burden sometimes, and with that training and work, and it all adds up, and it's a lot of time. So I'm glad. Plus, I'm so happy that the community is stepping up for you. Like that is just so nice to hear.
It's hard to ask. You know, you got to get your little Venmo, or not your Venmo, like your page code, and you got to have the story right on it, and kind of put yourself out there. So it's hard. You know, it took me a little bit to get used to it. And using your friends, you know, like people you know that have like Bruins tickets or Celtics tickets or something like that. It's, you know, people are more willing sometimes to do that than money, which is helpful. But
absolutely.
Yeah, you got to put yourself out there, especially Boston. Boston's a different animal. Like my first fundraiser was the Falmouth, I think back in 2016. And I was thinking, $1,200. It might even been $800 at that point. I don't know. I've done it a few times, and it was like, oh my God, this is so much. And then, you know, I remember back in 2021 when I was doing Boston for the first time, I just graduated college and like every excuse I had not to run it was gone now. It's the end of the pandemic. I'm done with school. I'm only working one job, like everything I had before. And I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, 10 grand's a lot of money. And she just said, we'll figure it out. You know, and we did.
There you go.
You know, people, if people are hesitant, you'll be surprised at just by sharing your link and a little bit of your story and maybe a long run you had. I had friends I hadn't talked to from high school in 20 years. All of a sudden I get an email and they were making a small or sometimes even large donations, you know.
It is nice to see how your connection can resonate with other people, especially it is nice when people who you haven't spoken to in a long time, even like family members like that you haven't spoken to.
Yeah.
It all just brings you together.
Yeah. So tell us, where can everyone find you then and find these fundraising links and find the activities you're doing? Where should they follow you?
Well, I'm on social, Facebook and Instagram, but I mostly am on Instagram at TheBurner3. And it's just like it sounds, the burner, BURNER3.
Yeah, the listeners won't have to worry about, you know, writing it down. I'm going to put everything in the show notes for you when this drops on both the YouTube and the our RSS feed. But you're the Burner 3, and if they go there to your Instagram profile, they'll probably link in bio there, and they'll be able to find everything.
And I'm always putting stuff in my stories, and you'll notice there's like gaps in my posting. This is when I'm doing something like this, it picks up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself an influencer. I see people out there, I don't know how they do it. But, you know, I definitely am on it a little bit more and sharing my link and, you know, and doing all that. But yeah, it's in my bio. If you go to the Dougie's team page on their foundation website, there's a link to all the runners in there, so you can read their stories. And things like that too. And the Give Gain that everyone uses, you know, you can find us all through that. But for me, it's easy to go right to my Instagram and it's right in my bio.
That's perfect. So
That's
how much
awesome.
how much do you have left to raise?
About 1,600.
That is not that bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm in a good place.
Excellent. I mean, you are clearly putting in the work. You were getting out there. You were putting on the events and the squares. Keep going with the squares if you can. That'll wrap it up quickly.
Those go well. I stayed away from the football square, the Super Bowl squares this year because I had an event on the 26th. And I purchased more than I would have liked to, supporting other runners in hopes to see it come back a little bit and and stuff. Because that's those little ones, even if you do $10, you can take in 500, you know, and
that's a great amount. Yeah, absolutely. And no amount is too small.
No, that's the thing too. So even if you get an email and it's a $10 donation, it just boosts you up a little bit and you can share that and then someone else gets it. Like I said, I'm not a big poster, but you know, thanking someone too in a post we'll just maybe get 1 or 2 more donations because it just gets popped in your feed and someone sees it. So
that's
right.
That's a good
the
tip.
little
Yeah.
things sometimes. Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's go to race day. What's the game plan for race day? Is this a victory lap for you, or are you doing are you going out there for a PR? What's your goal on Boston Marathon Monday?
I do have a goal. My Boston in 2021 was 4:02, and the goal was sub 4 and finish without a wheelchair. So I got goal 2 down, and
yes.
I've run a sub 4 marathon since then. I know Boston's a different beast. I'm right in the low 350s. Except I did the Revel White Mountains.
Yeah,
that was a great run. That was a little different. That was fast. It ticked by.
The downhill
races,
great. Man.
That was awesome.
Did you make it out with your quads intact?
I did. I did. I followed the Revel training plan. I wasn't an idiot. My sister bought it for me for Christmas, so I had all the downhill work. But it's funny too. Even running I trained with Boston runners last year for that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you run up and down, you're running up and down hills, no matter where you start on the course, whether you start in Hopkinton and do an out and back, or Boylston and do an out and back. It's all, at some point you're running downhill for a long time. So, and then you got to go back up the hill. But no, this is my take one more try at it. I would a goal of mine would be to maybe guide for Flutie. At some point.
Oh wow,
that would be awesome.
Because they're adding more. They had added 4 adaptive runners this year. They did the Cape Cod Marathon because I don't know if people know, but you just have to have some sort of medically noted diagnosis, wide variety, and you have to run a sub 6 hour marathon. And you apply and you qualify for Boston for an adaptive runner. Mm-hmm. And they have 17, and their goal is to keep bringing them. So they had 4 runners who ran the Cape Cod Marathon, the one that's like early September, and they all qualified. So they're on the team this year. There's been a couple runners coming in, just doing some long runs with us and goal and plan for next year. So that's kind of like something I would like to do. But this year I kind of want to go out and give it one last try and see how if I can get that sub 4 on Boston, and
that'd be awesome.
Not boinking the hills and
right.
I choked in Cleveland Circle on a salt tab in 2021, and didn't stop running, but I kind of had to slow down and find some water, and I never got my pace back, and I didn't want to be that person tilting running, so I just finished the race, and it was amazing. I'm not taking away from anything, but I kind of want to go out and get that sub 4 and maybe even PR if I can. But if not, it all depends on how you're feeling that day and the weather, and your body, and all that. I've learned that.
The weather.
So.
Well, I don't want to slow you down, but we'll be at mile 19 cheering. So if you're on pace for that and you got to keep going, just give us a little wave. What's up, and keep rolling. But we'll be at mile 19. We'll be looking for you right near the John Kelly statue on your left, and it'll be awesome, Michael. It'll be great. I love what you're doing. I love that you're doing this for the Doug Flutie Foundation, and I want to say, go out after this, do some of those adaptive guiding runs and stuff. That's awesome. I love that you do that, man. That's great.
Yeah, it would be great. It's a way to run it and kind of giving back and all that stuff. Because like I said, this year, just training with this team and running alongside all these different runners and all that, like our biggest long run's the 22nd, and then the brunch afterwards celebrates them. Like this isn't, it's about every runner and everyone's there for their own reason, but just to watch how everyone is celebrated and everyone's out there. It doesn't matter how fast you are or what's going on. Like we're all in it together and all that. That's what's awesome kind of about running and being part of this team is, you see people who, may have been overlooked for, kickball when they were a kid and all that. And they're out there living their dreams and just showing everyone that anything can be accomplished really, if you put your mind to it. And so for me this year, it's just about enjoying it and finishing. I got injured this summer playing a pickup charity basketball game. So I'm kind of just getting back and running and getting those miles in. But Lord, who knows what's going to happen, but it's going to be a great day no matter what.
Well, we are wishing you the absolute best. going into it with full health, hopefully being trained to get your goal that you are hoping for. But just know that we are going to be out there cheering for you, and we wish you all the best. And that goal, you're going to hit that goal in no time. No worries.
Yeah, huge kudos to you, man. Thank you for reaching out to us. Thank you for doing what you do. 18 years at that job. That's awesome, man. Like you're doing some great things in the community, and I can't wait to see you get that sub-4, man.
Hope so. Hopefully. But what someone taught me, I learned you kind of got to have 3 goals in this, right? And I got my top goal, but it's just about enjoying the day and finishing and taking it all in. You can't forget, taking in you high five every kid you see out there with their hand out.
Right.
That's
you
the
see
best
a family
way to do
member,
it.
you stop and you give them a hug. You know what I mean? Like those are
Absolutely.
My sister, one of my first races was the Beach to Beacon up in Maine, and I ran it with my sister, and she's like, you high five every kid. I don't care. And I've tried to do that every race I've been in, and it gives you that little boost.
I love it.
That's awesome. Dude, you're going to have fun no matter what. You're going to get that ABC goal. You're going to enjoy the day. The weather's going to be great. You're already crushing that fundraising. So thank you for doing this, man. Thank you for reaching out. Don't hang up once I end this. Erica, any last things to send Michael off on?
Just good luck. I think you're going to do great, and we're excited to watch you along your journey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. It's going to be awesome. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Go find everything in the show notes. Help Michael out. Help and get the Doug Flutie Foundation. 48 runners, 17 of them adaptive athletes. That's amazing, guys. Michael Burns.
One adaptive runner from Brazil and one from India, too. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Wow.
We're global this year. So
global. So cool. Yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Michael Burns on the On the Runs podcast. That was wicked awesome.
We have to thank everybody for coming on this podcast and just sharing your love for running, your love for your charities, and just your hopes for Boston. We are so excited for you, and we hope you hit your goals. I mean, some of them already have. We've been talking to Mike Vaughan, and he is already there. He had a pretty cool story, though. Did he tell you?
Yeah, he sent the DM today, so it's a little fresh, but why don't you tell everybody?
Yeah, so he challenged some pro runners, and the challenge was if he can run less than double their Boston time, then they would donate to his charity. But if he does not complete his part of the challenge, he has to donate to a charity of their choosing. So
I like
one
that.
of the elites who bit was Dakota Lindworm. I think it's Dakota Popane now. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's so amazing. I hope to speak to her one day because I was following her all through the Olympics. But that is such a cool connection, and it got Mike to his goal. And now he's fundraising for all kinds of stuff now. So he's all over the place.
I think
Way to go,
Sydney's
Mike.
in the plans for Mike.
Yep. He's
Very
a jet
cool.
setter.
Maybe you should go to Sydney with him. We'll figure that out later. We'll have someone on to talk just about that after Boston Weeks. But Boston Weeks is here. I'm super excited. Is this our 3rd or 4th? I guess it's really our 4th official Boston Weeks, and it's so much fun. All month long of April, we're going to be talking Boston Marathon. We're going to be talking to runners in the Boston Marathon. We've already recorded with a couple of them. We're recording with one in about 3 minutes, and it's an absolute blast. This is the greatest marathon in the world. I don't care what you say about Chicago, Erica. Boston is the best. It's the city of champions, and the Boston Marathon's included in that.
I still have so much love for Boston. I've never had so much fun cheering for thousands and thousands of runners as I do at the Boston Marathon.
And it's going to be a lot of fun at mile 19 cheering. People are already saying to me, hey, we want to be with you at mile 19, and they haven't been there in the past. So we'll get into those details as the marathon gets closer, but the hope is we actually all meet in the same parking lot. So Erica can have some help carrying all these snacks and goodie goods and drinks for these runners.
This year.
We're going to need all hands on deck.
Oh, yeah.
And helping us out and helping us not only with that, but capturing content. So everyone who's going to be at mile 19 to cheer, like we can't wait to have you there, and we hope you can help out the entire thing and be a part of the whole day. We don't just want you there standing and cheering. We want you to be a part of our experience, and
absolutely,
we have a lot of fun things planned. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. Erica, I hope you have a great weekend, and I can't wait to talk to you next week on April Fool's Day.
Ooh, no pranks. Please, no pranks.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey, guys, have a great weekend. You know we love you. I'm stealing Erica's line, so Erica, what would I say at this point?
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch. Erica's sniffing her armpits.
No, I just looked and I'm like,
You looked in your armpits?
no, look at that. Looks cool.
Yeah.
It's reflective. That's what it is. I got a new sweatshirt.